Welcome back to Fox and Friends. The Biden administration dealt another major blow in their push for vaccine requirements as a Texas judge rules against vaccine and mask mandates for schools' Head Start programs. Our next guest sued the administration over these mandates and calls it a win for the children of Texas. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton joins us right now. Happy New Year, Attorney General, and tell me more about what your office has done to put an end to these mandates.
So, Happy New Year to you and your listeners. We've been fighting this ever since Biden issued these mandates. We've fought on different fronts, from employers over 100 to medical workers to federal contractors and now to children. The idea here is the federal government just can't make up laws without Congress passing them, that the Biden administration has to follow the law. They have to follow the Constitution. They're implementers of the law. They can't just make it up. And in this case, they're forcing American workers to decide between their health and their job, and they just can't do it. It's just wrong.
So these mandates that you're fighting specifically were saying that children had to be masked in the Head Start program, and those who worked with them, the volunteers and the teachers, had to be vaccinated. Is that correct?
Yeah. So the court came down and said that they could not do this, that the agency that was implementing this didn't have the authority to tell parents that their children were going to be masked. That's a parental decision. And they did not have the authority to force workers, staff members, to get the vaccine. That's up to the individual to make the decision about their health.
Absolutely. And there have been no long-term studies on these vaccines. And so it seems odd that you could force someone to participate in essentially a vaccine experiment or research without them wanting to be involved. Let me ask you this. I know you're in contact with so many other attorney generals across the nation. Do you see that other attorney generals are going to follow in your footsteps now that they see that you've had success with this?
Yeah, and actually they already have. There's another lawsuit filed with 20 other states that I am very excited about. I think will be successful because it's so obvious that the law does not allow for this, that these agencies that are implementing this don't have the authority to do it, and this is the way our Constitution works. This is up to Congress. If they want to mandate it, I'm not even sure they can, but at the very least we know that an agency cannot do this.
Absolutely. I mean, let's just put the law aside for just a second. I mean, let's just talk about the science. I mean, the vaccines, as we see with Omicron, are not protecting or stopping the spread of COVID in people who are vaccinated. So why would the federal government continue wanting to do this? It makes no sense. I just can imagine if I was an employee who didn't want to take the vaccine and I was forced to take it and then I got COVID, I would be pretty upset.
Yeah, look, you could push the law aside here. We're not going to do that. But the reality is the science doesn't back up what they're doing. I don't understand why the Biden administration is pushing forward with something that imposes so much on people and forces them to make really difficult decisions about their health, and looking at what's actually happened and realizing, hey, this may not work for me, and then having to decide, well, I'm going to lose my job if I want to protect my health. That makes no sense. It's not fair to people. They should have that decision made by themselves.
Ken Paxton, thank you for standing up for the American citizens. I appreciate it.
Happy New Year. Thank you.